Grace and peace to you on this snowy day in Minnesota, and welcome to Augsburg University Chapel. My name is Justin Lindares, and I serve as one of the university pastors here on campus. Today we continue our chapel series in deep gratitude and partnership with the Augsburg Music Department. We welcome back members of Fifth House Ensemble via Zoom, and a shout out to all those who are joining us via Zoom today. Thank you, Elizandro and Grace, for leading us in our session today. They are part of a Chicago-based chamber music ensemble in a semester-long residency here at Augsburg, focusing on community and co-creation. This engagement is supported by the Arts Midwest Touring Fund, a program of Arts Midwest that is funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, with additional contributions from Minnesota State Arts Board and the Crane Group. With breath, sound, silence, movement, instrumentation, and text scores, these deep listening sessions have engaged us in mindfulness, rooted in communal music making. Our last of the 5 sessions with Fifth House is tomorrow at 10:40 a.m., as we also recognize 8 minutes and 46 seconds in honor of George Floyd and our call for racial justice and the dismantling of white supremacy. With that said, then join us next Tuesday for chapel at 11:30 a.m. as we lift up Black voices in recognition of February and Black History Month, and we'll be hearing voices throughout the month in our chapel services. And so to set the stage then for our deep listening today, in tandem with honoring Black History Month, some words from James Baldwin. All I know about music is that not many people ever really hear it. And even then, on the rare occasions, when something opens within and the music enters, what we mainly hear are personal, private, vanishing evocations. But the one who creates the music is hearing something else, is dealing with the roar rising from the void and imposing order on it as it hits the air. What is evoked in them then is of another order, more terrible because it has no words, and triumphant too, for that same reason. And their triumph, when they triumph, is ours. So let us listen deeply for the roar rising among us in this triumphant community. I turn it over to Grace and Elizandro.
Thank you very much, Pastor Justin. And thank you, all of you, for joining today. And those who have joined us in previous sessions, we have been having a great experience here, experiencing deep listening. Last time we made contact with nature, and we heard a track of the Amazon rainforest, and we're making sounds, and I was very appreciative of all of your efforts and creativity as we were making all these sounds. And I want to thank also, well, our deep listener founder, Pauline Oliveros, this virtuoso accordionist and composer. She believed of this practice as being a tool for community music making. And that's why we love this practice. I will read to you 2 quotes, 2 of my favorite quotes. The one that she describes this deep listening as her practice, and this one goes like this. For me, deep listening is a lifelong practice. The more I listen, the more I learn to listen. Deep listening involves going below the surface of what is heard, expanding to the whole field of sound while finding focus. This is the way to connect with the acoustic environment. all that inhabits it, and all that there is. And the second quote is about deep listening, your relationship with deep listening, and also the impact that this practice has in a person and in a community. I pray for deep listening in the new century, listening alone, listening together, listening to others, listening to oneself, listening to the earth, listening to the universe, listening to the abundance that is, awakening to and feeling sound and silence as all there is, helping to create an atmosphere of opening for all to be heard, with the understanding that listening is healing. Deep listening in all its variation is infinite. Deep listening is love. And with that, I invite you to let's do together some movement exercises. And again, to refresh some of this idea behind movement in our practice of deep listening is that you're tuning up your body. You are stretching so you can hear better, you can have better circulation, better coordination of breathing and your body movements. So we start with a simple exercise that we did recently, and it's arm swings. I just want you to, if you're able to stand up, and please join me in this movement exercises. I just want you to start moving your arms back and forth, feeling the swing of your arms, moving from your shoulders. Start gaining some speed and momentum. As you gain more momentum, start engaging your knees with this movement, this motion. Also, get your breathing involved. Maybe release, exhale on when the hands or the arms go down. Inhale on the way up. Maybe even go higher. Let's try to stretch your back. There's also a sense of play in this practice of deep listening. So you want to have some fun, imagine you're sliding or something like that. Here we go. And then gradually slow down the motion. Try to find a very natural coordination of movements with your breathing. Next one we're going to do is wrap and slap. Just stand shoulder width apart, with your feet shoulder width apart, and start moving your torso side to side. Kind of have your belly button lead the motion of your whole torso as you're turning one direction and the other. Start gaining momentum on this one too. Notice how your arms are starting to wrap around your torso. Maybe slightly massaging those kidneys in the back. Keep your feet grounded, yet bring that awareness to your core. Maybe as you gain momentum on this motion, your arms might go even higher, touching your shoulders. Okay, I needed this morning. And the last movement exercise that we're going to do is called rise and sink. For this one, still keeping your feet shoulder width apart, you're gonna bend your knees, and as you are straightening them up, you're gonna bring your arms forward in front of you, and as you begin to sink, bring your palms to your shoulder area and down to your original position. Up and down. One way I like to think about this is if I'm drawing a big circle in front of me. Exhale on the sinking part. Inhale on the rising. Let's try to find a very smooth motion. This exercise is very calming and grounding. Inhale, exhale. Your hands kind of float first in front of you, then towards your shoulders. As you exhale and inhale, try to find that very natural coordination of flow of movement and breathing. Let's very slowly, gradually slow down. Let's take a good inhale. And exhale. And with that, I pass it to my beautiful friend and colleague, Grace, to continue with the next activity.
Yes, so we are all warmed up. I can feel my blood circulating, my hands are warmer. So we're gonna go right into a sounding exercise. And this is a text score by Pauline Oliveros. And the title of this text score is The New Sound Meditation. And I just copied the text score in the chat, but I can also read it. The New Sound Meditation. Listen during any one breath. Make a sound. Breathe. Listen outwardly for a sound. Breathe. Make exactly the sound that someone else has made. Breathe. Listen inwardly. Breathe. Make a new sound that no one else has made. Breathe. Continue this cycle until there are no more new sounds. So please, you can find any objects that can make sounds on your desk or wherever you are, or you can use your voice to perform this text score. So let's begin the new sound meditation. And please, if you can unmute yourself so we can all hear and share the sound.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. That was beautiful. That was wonderful. We at the end we had this nice rhythm trail going on with so many different sounds. Yes. So thank you so much for participating.
Thank you, Grace, and thank you, Elizandro.
Sure.
Our blessing today comes from Hildegard of Bingen. The marvels of God are not brought forth from oneself. Rather, it is more like a chord, a sound that is played. The tone does not come out of the chord itself, but rather through the touch of the musician. I am, of course, the lyre and the harp of God's kindness. So go forth and be the sound, the song, the harp of God's kindness in the world. Go in peace.
How's the weather there?
We had sunshine this morning when I woke up, and my parents live